Good morning, everybody. And welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope that you're having a fantastic day, wherever you may be around this globe. It certainly is a beautiful day to, get started doing whatever it is that you need to be doing. Being intentional, getting your book out there, writing your book, whatever that is that you have on the inside of you, that you're thinking that, well, should I get started or do I have time to get started? Be intentional. Be intentional and start writing your book because, that is a fantastic way to turn your passion into profit. You might be thinking, well, Gertrude, I don't know what to write about. I don't know, what I should write about. Well, there's a lot of things that you have inside of you that sometimes you think that, well, that's not important. Nobody wants to know, about that particular subject, but you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised when you just sit back and think about all of the things that you could tie together in that particular message to reach that ideal audience, that audience that, that's looking for that message that you haven't started writing yet. It's very, very important to, get there and just, write your message. Maximize your potential. I don't know what went wrong in the broadcast, Tiffany. I was trying to get you in or whatever.
I was waiting.
It was you. Okay, it was you. All right. Maximize your potential, So don't think that you don't have anything to offer because you have so much to offer. There's so much on the inside of you that, sometimes you just sit back and say, well, I don't have anything. But I want to tell you something. You have what it takes to maximize your potential.
Yes.
And with that being said, let me introduce myself. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, your number one inspirational book coach. And I teach you just that, how to maximize your potential by writing your book, telling your story. The thing is, you have to think, what story are you willing to tell? What story is in your heart that you say, well, maybe one day I'll write that book. Maybe one day I'll get started. Well, how about starting it today? Just sitting down and, jotting down some things to start writing your book. There's no time like the present. There's no time like the present. And like I said, it's not hard to write a book. You just have to know the correct blueprint to write your book, to allow your book to flow, to allow your book to connect with your ideal audience. It's very, very important, y'all. So, think about that. Saving you time and saving you money by not, wasting money on things that, may not profit you in the end. And with that being said, I'm talking about things that don't profit you in the end, wasting your time by not doing it correctly. Because I've seen that. I've seen people, waste their time and then they give up. They don't do it correctly. And maybe they got their book out there and it's not selling, like they thought it should have sold. It's all those different things to, stop you from going forward and maximizing your potential. So let me introduce to you my co-host, Tiffany Rochelle. And then we're going to come back and talk about common difficulties that authors face.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It was not you. It was all me. So I was trying to wait until you finished your introduction. And then once you finished your introduction and you introducing you, and then I was going to kind of like, come on in. I was going to ease on in there. It's like,
okay.
Like when you late to church, you just sit at the back until they finish the prayer and scripture. And then you kind of like, come on in. I was trying to wait till you finished.
Oh, you don't put the one finger up?
Put the one finger up and come on up in there. After the prayer and scripture was done, I was going to come on up in there. That's what
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. I am Tiffany Rochelle. I am also known as the People's Cheerleader because I am just one of those people that love cheering you on. I am a heart, life, and goal coach, and I also wrote a book called I Choose Me, and that is available on Amazon and on my website. That's scrolling down there at the bottom of the screen. What I do is I help women rid the toxins of their hearts and to set goals that are true to them. I want to help set you free. Is really what that is. And Miss Gertrude made a point just a little while ago, and it just kind of resonated with me because we keep saying that we want to write our books and we want to do stuff. And we keep saying, all right, I'll do that tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's not promised. So since tomorrow's not promised, what are you going to do with today? I hear that in the whining song, and the whining sang that so beautifully. Tomorrow is not promised. And I'm not going to go with all the rest of the words of it because I just love music. Here I go. But seriously, tomorrow's not promised. So why don't you go ahead and take some moments today and go ahead and start on that? And it's going to be amazing when you start your journey. How much better you'll feel when you realize, this is something that I've always wanted to do. And since this is something I've always wanted to do, I'm starting on doing something. Start afresh. The year is still new. It's still at the beginning, even though it's the second month, it's the second day of the year. You still have time. So don't allow time to continuously happen. And you keep saying tomorrow. But tomorrow's here already. You said that yesterday. So tomorrow's here. Don't say that tomorrow. And then it'd be tomorrow. So go ahead and get started on today. If it's your book, if it's your plan, if it's your LLC that you need to start, if it's your nonprofit that you're getting ready to start, you know what it is that you have destined in your heart that you said that you're going to do. Go ahead and start today. Don't let another day pass. Start today and go ahead and get started with that. I am already Tiffany Rochelle. I'm the People's Cheerleader. I'm trying to help encourage you to go ahead and do what you need to do. Absolutely. You know the song. Just sing it the right way. Okay. Thank you very much. So absolutely. Go ahead and get started today. Also, we have, while I'm in the announcements field. So since we did the prayer and we did the scripture, I might as well go go ahead and do our announcements. So today we have but seriously, it is this month. It's going to be on the 16th. I feel like since, I gave you the church vibe, someone say the 16th. The 16th, that's a Wednesday. Wednesday, the 16th at 7 p.m., we're going to be in a workshop. And it is called Awakening Your Greatness. So please, if you have not, that's getting ready to be in the comment section. If you have not registered for that, please go on over to Eventbrite and awaken your greatness so that you will be able to be a partaker in that particular workshop. That is going to be something super awesome. And again, it's time to, we said that earlier in the introduction, it's time for you to start awakening stuff, wake stuff up, stir up your gift, and let's get started. The comments are going to be your best friend. So for you, if you will, go ahead and send whatever comments, any questions that you have, go ahead and put that in the comment section for us, and then we'll go ahead and respond real time. By the way, I know I teased you and said, sing the song right, but I did not say good morning. So good morning. With that being said, I am going to relinquish my stand. I am going to give the microphone back over to our lovely host, Miss Gertrude J. Chapman.
Tiffany, I appreciate you, but it's so true, So don't forget, I don't know if you said it or not, but don't forget to drop your links in there to your book. I don't know if you said it or not, I don't remember. But drop your links in there to your book if you have a book, because that's so very important, People need to hear your message and hear what's on your heart. And we have some awesome authors out there that are willing to share, the things that they have written about. And, for another author, you expand your mind, and, it just does something on the inside of you, it teaches you, it helps you see things from a different perspective. Reading is so very important to a writer, to an author, not only, thinking about writing your book, but, think about those books that are already written out there. I'm talking about good books, good books that have substance in them. And that's the way, authors want to write their books. You want to write your book that has a lot of substance in there, where people could take from that, where people could, have that information to transform their lives, to, cause that ripple effect, to, shift their mindset, to shift generations, to shift families and different things of that nature. I love reading. I love reading, just like I love writing. It goes hand in hand, and every author should love to read, just as much as they love to write. But, today I'm taking some time out, and answering some questions and, really honing in there to the difficulties. Authors are facing some difficulties, and this is everyday stuff. Okay. This is the truth right here. This is where authors are living, because they face these difficulties, Tiffany, and, and a lot of these things cause them to not get out there. They give up so quickly, because they're so frustrated. It's one thing saying, start writing your book. But when they start writing their books, this is where reality happens. Okay? This is reality. I'm going to write my book. I'm going to write my book. Why don't you go write your book, girl? Go get that book out there. But then when they sit down and start writing that book, this is where reality happens. And this is what we want to, help you on these programs, to let you know, we know where you are. Okay. And to get you unstuck in those places that you are stuck in. It's not those big things that you're stuck in. It's those little simple things, that get you off track, that get you frustrated, that get you thinking, well, this is not worth it. And your message is very much worth it. Okay. That message that you have for your ideal audience is very much worth it. And the first one that we're going to move into is continuously researching. Sometimes an author think, well, I got to get all this information. I got to research. I'm not finished researching. Good morning, Keisha. And I think I said good morning, Christine. If I didn't, good morning to y'all. And whoever else is out there, in broadcast land, good morning to you. But, continuously research. And sometimes people think that they got to continuously research, research and research and read. Now, research is good, y'all. Research is good. But if you're 6 months into a project of researching for a book, come on now. That's that's excessive. And I don't want to really get into that, because that's a whole different thing. Okay. It could take us way out there. But there's too much researching a lot of times. Okay. There is a cutoff in the research. You research and you move on. And this is where authors get stuck. They research, whether it's researching that audience, whether it's researching that message, that title or whatever. They get stuck there. And they're stuck there for a long time. They're not stuck there to move on. They're stuck there for a while. And what does that lead to? That leads to procrastination. I have talked to people, authors, and they've been researching a book. Not weeks, not months, but years. Sometimes 20 years, they're still researching. Now, how has things changed in 20 years? Okay. Now you have to go back and do research for the present. What's happening now? Or whatever you're writing about, because you always want to bring your readers to the present. Okay. What's happening in their lives now? What answers can you answer for them now? What solutions can you solve for them now? But they've been researched, Tiffany, I kid you not, 20 years. And this person had been researching, doing research. And that leads to procrastination. Too much, and it also leads to too much information. Why are you going to have that 500-page book? Or even for that, 100-page book, 150, 200-page book. Attention span, y'all. Attention span. Trying to cram too much information into one book. Continuously researching. And that gets kind of ridiculous, And what happens, Tiffany? They get frustrated because now in their mind, that's a mindset. Now in their mind, they're thinking that, well, it's not good enough. I should add more. How can, I bring out these points? Too much. And they make it complicated. They make it complicated. And where it's not that complicated. It's really not complicated to write a book.
It's not. It's really not a complicated process, and I'm super grateful that I got the opportunity to write my first book. I mean, it was super gorgeous, and I was super excited to do so. I used to think that dang, I can't read. I used to think that is what I needed to do, which I think is why I never started. Seriously, sometimes that is what stagnates us. Sometimes it depends on your mindset and how you choose to go forward with things. I don't think research technically is a problem. I just think when you overdo it, that's causing you to be stagnated. There lies the problem. Because sometimes it's not even sometimes. Some research is definitely something that is necessary because it's helping you to establish what's the facts, what's truth, different. We do research for reasons, studies show, and, we see all that for a reason, and we're grateful for that. And there's certain projects, good night. They've been trying to cure certain diseases, and they've been researching this for years, but there's studies and stuff that goes beyond there. So I'm super grateful for research. Research is necessary, but the catch in the process of me stating those things, you see that they're evolving with that. Even though that they're researching, they're still going, okay, we tried this didn't work, and we're continuously going. Don't allow your research to stunt your growth. If you're researching something, research it and you're growing, but start writing out what you're doing. And in the process of doing that, work while you're researching. Just don't. So if you're continuously researching, continuously write. If you're continuously researching, continuously make sure that you're putting your plan together for your business. If you're researching, continuously find out, am I supposed to go to some place? Where do I go to file for my LLC? You got to research that. Continuously always research, but make moves while you're doing it. Just don't get stuck in that process of it. And that's what stagnates us and stagnates our growth for that. Just don't allow that to get you stuck. So research is cool, but just don't let it stagnate you.
Yeah. Don't let it stagnate you. Don't use it as an excuse, as a crutch. Sometimes people use it as a crutch, as an excuse to not move into their greatness. Okay? Because they have it in their mind. Nobody wants this. Nobody want to hear what I've written. Now, Gertrude and Tiffany, y'all tell me I should write my book. Y'all tell me I should write my book. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and write my book. But then I'm going to get stuck in the research. I'm going to get stuck there. It's all about that mindset. You have to do better, y'all. You have to do better. And you can do better. Okay? You can do better. There's greatness on the inside of you. There's greatness. You have to see yourself as greatness. You have to believe in yourself. No one's going to believe in you like you